Lane Kiffin just made the biggest promise in college football. This is Robbie. I'm with the Bayou Breakdown. Let's get into it. So, a few days ago, Lane Kiffin publicly said that LSU will win a national championship under his tenure. I believe that statement was what every college football fan wanted to make fun of, but it was also at the same time what every LSU fan wanted to hear. Why I think he had to say it, though, I believe he had to, and I think why is LSU didn't hire Lane Kiffin to win 9 games. They hired him to win a national championship. Expectations are so much different in Baton Rouge, as you guys can tell. It's not the same as any regular fan base or team, college, whatever you want to say. Louisiana as a whole is just different, and LSU is at the top of that mountain. So my question is, can he back it up? And I'd have to say, he has brought in the ¡1 transfer portal class with Sam Levitt at quarterback, big time QB there. You bring in, or you completely rebuild massively the whole team. We're talking about, I think we brought back 1 pass catcher from last year. And then recruiting momentum with, tons of commits, and, major targets are visiting LSU as we speak. The pressure, though, at LSU, you don't get any credit for empty promises. You get credit and judged based on if you deliver. And if you deliver, you're just fine. Saban, Miles, Coach O, you've seen all of them be just fine. If you don't, Baton Rouge and LSU is quick to act and quick to get you out of there. My take, though, is Lane Kiffin had to say it, because if LSU isn't competing for championships, Lane Kiffin didn't do his job. He's either going to be fired or, obviously he's going to be looked at differently. Right now, all of Baton Rouge loves Lane Kiffin, and I think that's okay. But I think he has to, come through with these promises. I think he has to be competing for a national championship. LSU did not pay Lane Kiffin what they paid him, again, to win 9 games. They didn't give him the money to spend in the transfer portal and to spend on a roster for players not to be, the best and not to be competing for national championships. So I believe, yes, I think that he has to say those kind of things. I don't think this should be a surprise. I think it is, but I don't think it's a surprise for the right reasons. I think people are shocked at it, but at the same time, how shocked are you when big time teams like LSU or Georgia or Alabama brings a coach in? You think that coach is going to sit there and say, we hope to win 9 games this year, or 8 games, or 10 games? No, they're coming in here and saying, under my tenure, we plan to win a championship. Now, I think the way Lane Kiffin said it, with "we are going to," yeah, it could come as a shock, but it shouldn't. It should happen. They're paying him. We're paying him big money for this to happen. That's what he should say, I believe, is how it will be perceived and how it should be perceived. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know your opinions. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. But I think that with what Lane Kiffin has already done, and then you want to talk about set yourself up for success, what do you got to do? You got to be good at recruiting, and you got to be good at, bringing in these transfers. And who else did they bring in? None other than Coach O, who should be able to do that. If anybody's going to bring that natural Bayou spirit, it's going to be Coach O, and players tend to lean on that. And Coach O is big, a big-time head coach. He won a national championship with LSU. I think, that's a great move for Lane to go out and hire him and bring him back That way you turn around that culture. You bring that culture back. See, under Brian Kelly, just from the start, you could tell. There's a meme video that was flying around when he first started, and it was of he put on like a fake accent for the LSU fans while he was giving his hired speech and everything like that, and everybody seemed right through it. And from then on, there was a press conference he did after a game where he slammed his hands on the table and said, that us as LSU fans were spoiled, and we shouldn't be expecting what we were expecting. And I think in all reality, yeah, we are spoiled. We are supposed to be atop of the college football, all the conferences and the SEC. We should be, top 5 every year. We should be contending for national championship every year, and we just hadn't. And for some reason, Brian Kelly just couldn't pull it in. And I think a lot of that has to do with the culture. What were they playing for? They were playing on a team that was coached by probably one of the most hated coaches in LSU history, by LSU. For a long time, nobody liked Brian Kelly. Now, do I think Brian Kelly's a good coach? Absolutely. I think he's a great coach. I just think he couldn't put it together because in Baton Rouge, if you're a fake, you are getting sniffed out. You're going to get figured out. And once you're figured out that you're a fake, there's no coming back from that. Had Brian Kelly came in and just been like, I'm not from here. I'm not going to try to act like you guys, but I am going to embrace the new culture that I've walked into, as Lane Kiffin has done, Brian Kelly might have had a better time, but he just didn't do that. And I don't know why, but he couldn't find the way to do that for some odd reason. I don't know. But as for now, Lane Kiffin has. And, of course, Lane Kiffin hasn't lost a game in Baton Rouge yet. And he's going to be in a world of shock when he does. Eventually, he probably will. But I think if I have to go out on a limb here, I would have to say, barring any new crazy rules that tend to come up or, something where, what his plans were can't happen, I think LSU, just like Kellen Moore and the Saints, or Lane Kiffin and LSU, just like Kellen Moore and the Saints, Lane Kiffin is probably going to be, in my opinion, hot take, the best LSU head coach in history. I think Lane Kiffin will go out and do exactly as he promised. I think he will win a national championship. I think he might win 2 or 3. He might win 4 or 5. We don't know. I think he will be a winning LSU head coach. I don't think, even if he has a losing season and maybe eventually gets fired, I don't think he goes out on a bad note. And I think if he takes a different job, it's because he did really good at LSU, which would be good for all of us. And so that's what I'll leave it with. Again, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'll try to get back to them as soon as I see them. We're trying to do a video every day for at least 30 days. We're hitting it hard so far. Let me know what you guys are thinking on the content. Trying to get us a better place to do some videos, get a mic set up, try to get some people on, get the laptop up so you guys can see what I'm talking about when we're going through stats and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comment section. I'll get to it. Peace out. This has been the Bayou Breakdown.